Live video. All right. Let me set everything up here. Go ahead and sit down. Sit down. Whoa. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to move it back just a little bit. Please don't fall. Please don't fall.
Some head.
All right. All right, guys. We're setting up our live stream on our makeshift stand here. I'm going to go back a little bit further. Can you see yourself pretty good, Adam?
Yes.
Good enough? All right. All right. We're live. We're live. We're live. Let me get the iPad set up here. Don't mess with that. It's going to fall. All right. Let me see here. Gulf Coast Nation is live. Oh my gosh. We're live.
What?
Unlock. Wait. It's unlocked. Let me in. All right. We're a little bit more advanced on our live feed here. We're gonna get on here and read comments on our iPad. We're a little bit more advanced on our live feed here.
I guess that there's a delay.
All right. So we get the iPad set up here. See if I can just read the whole chat. Live chat. All right. There's one person with us right now.
Is that us?
Hopefully. Hopefully it's us. All right. It's weird. Can I not see the live video? It'd be kind of weird to just sit here and watch myself. All right. We're going to wait for people to join in like usual, but we wanted to go live. It's been a while. Last fall was the last time we went live with you guys. So we wanted to try to not knock everything over here. Oh, put socks on by the time. Don't leave me. Ooh. Okay. 3 people on. So we wanted to go live, kind of talk with you guys. General questions. When you guys join in on the chat, say hey, drop a comment in the old live section here, and we'll be sure to give you guys a little shout out. We got some cool topics to cover with you guys today that we're going to talk about. Some exciting stuff coming up, some exciting stuff we've already done, some future plans for this summer and the fall. Adam's about to graduate high school, so when the schedule frees up, you're gonna have 2 guys right here, full-time shark fishermen. Four-time shark fishermen.
Yeah.
Because we just hired 2 kids on. But go ahead and when you join in, drop a comment below if you guys have any questions for us. But basically, we're gonna give it 2 or 3 minutes here and wait for a little crowd to join in, and then we'll be doing it. We'll be doing the dang thing.
Yes, indeed.
Whew, man. Tell you guys, we just got back from the beach this weekend. We went out there and spent a 24-hour section in our local area over in Pensacola. It was fun. Jack, what's up? Hey, what's up, Colton? Oh man, not much. We went out to the beach last night. Smacked a little sandbar shark, 5'3", not too bad. We were fishing a weather window that we knew wasn't going to be good. No wind changes, warm weather. It was kind of nice to sleep in 58 degrees last night instead of 30 degrees, but that has its negative effects. So
feel my toes.
That's right. But we try not to run charters during gaps that we know aren't great. But we wanted to fish that gap just to get out there and keep the baits in the water. Have you ever been bit by a shark?
No, we have not.
Have you? Better question. Have we ever bitten a shark?
Yes, we have. Multiple times.
Let's try to kill this chat on here. I don't know. Whatever. It's not a big deal. Yeah. No, Adam's given a couple sharks a little bite. We bite them back sometimes. A little good luck.
You got to.
A little good luck. So, ever use a small black tip you caught as bait? Nick, that's an excellent question. In Florida, so if you're in Texas, shark is illegal to use. Big X. But in Florida, shark is a legal bait to use. It is a fantastic bait to use for bull sharks, hammers, big tiger sharks, but you want to be obviously responsible and aware of your surroundings. So if you're catching a black tip during the middle of the day behind a condo and you've got 400 people that are showing, don't murder that black tip in front of everybody.
Just let it go.
It's a completely legal harvest, but you got to kind of think of, it's a combination of thinking of the good of the sport along with, your bait situation. So if we do harvest any black tips, we do harvest black tips in the summertime. Clients, black tip is great to eat.
Yes.
You soak the meat in milk. Fantastic.
One of the best fish out.
So good. And you could smoke it, grill it, bake it, whatever, and it's really good.
Anything but fry it.
Don't fry it. But pan-sear, it's good. But yeah, just kind of be responsible. But yeah, sharks good bait, man. Big facts, Jack.
Howdy from Texas.
Hey, he gets it from Texas. He gets it. No shark for bait. But in Texas, you got some good baits to be using there. So kill or cut off the fins. I mean, the first thing you need to do, the best thing, so if any of you guys tuna fish or offshore fish, the kind of quick method to put a fish or a tuna out of its misery is you take a screwdriver or a knife, put it right between the top of the head and the eyelet, like in between the eyes, and just run the knife down and run it back and forth. That scrambles the brain. It's pretty much immediately death. do that first, and then the next thing you need to do if you're going to harvest it to eat it is you need to gut the fish and then get the meat out of there as quick as possible, because the longer the shark sits, the worse the meat's going to get, and it's going to, so do that quick, bleed them out quick, and then obviously have a game plan for getting rid of all that stuff too. So what we do is we put the guts in the kayak, we kayak it out, or we dispose of it properly off the beach. But the best thing to do, put it back in the ocean. The life cycle out there is awesome, especially in the summertime with black tips, because black tips are going to come through and eat it, and the ecosystem goes around, and then you get yourself some good bait chunks, but you also got some good fish to eat there. So, but yeah, try not to, don't just cut the fins off on the beach. That's kind of the same responsibility thing. Yeah, I have a black tip. Hey, Orange Beach, have you thought about doing a shark fishing video from just offshore? I'm going to try it. We have thought about targeting sharks from the boat. When we go offshore, it happens. We get sharked. We hook sharks on accident. The kind of way I explain it to people is sharks on the beach, awesome. Sharks on the boat, not a good thing.
It can be dangerous. You get them up next to the boat, especially a big one, and it'll go back and forth, thrashing its head, and it could kill the shark. It could put a hole in the fiberglass.
Yeah.
I would not recommend it if you get a big one up next to the boat.
Cut the line.
Yeah, just cut the line. It's not worth it.
Yeah, try not to target. I mean, there's people out there with big boats that can target, and they're well equipped to tail rope them, and they're going to harvest them. But even then, think about putting a shark in your boat as a dangerous, even if it's dead. By the time you put it in the boat, there's a guy in Orange Beach that died a couple years back of a dead shark that was in the boat, and they were hitting waves, and it came out, and
he slid on some fish slime, and his foot went right into its mouth, and they got him back in.
Severed an artery.
Yeah, but the bacteria and everything
bled out.
Yeah.
It was a sad deal there. So just if you're going to from a boat, we don't recommend it, but if you're going to, be safe, have an action plan. And, obviously cutting the line isn't ideal, because then you're leaving the shark with hooks in its mouth and things like that. And you could punch a hole in your boat, and then that obviously puts you in a little different financial
way out.
a financial situation. So let's see here. Any good spinning rod recommendations for tippers? Actually, we're going through that right now. So for the summertime, we just hired 2 new kids on, right? So 2 new kids. Adam's going to take a new hire on with him to run a trip. I'm going to take a new hire on with me to run a trip. So we're going to be running 2 trips every night in the summertime. That way we can reach more people, and the effective Gulf Coast Nation, showing people a good time gets there. But going with that means double everything: a new trailer, a new rods and reels, new cart, lights, more kayaks. So what we're doing, and bringing it back to your question, is we're buying new spinning reels right now. The way we see spinning reels for black tips is you don't need the $300 reels, the Saragosas, the Pin Slammers, the Saltigas. Don't get me wrong, those are awesome, and they might work best for you. But for us, we fish right around 250 days a year. Next year is going to be even more than that. And we'll put reels through the works. Clients got their hands on them, might get sand in the reel. So we would go with the Pin Battles, the Pin Spin Fisher VIs. Daiwa BG has come out with some really good reels, and they're cost effective to where at $100-$150 a pop. If they, you spool them with 50-pound braid, 65-pound braid, you can have a blast with tippers. And if they break, we can go buy one new the next day. That way the next charter isn't suffering without a reel. $300 reel is a little bit harder to just go, just toss money around. But yeah, BG, Pin Spin Fisher, Pin Battles are great for black tips. 50-pound braid to 65-pound braid, 300+ yards will get you done. So what do we got? What are you laughing at? Have you named the new Avid? Which one? What you thinking?
Yeah.
I mean, the only Avid actually we have, that's a topic we wanted to cover in this live video, is we are transitioning away from Avid there, and the only one we have left is the 80 Narrow TRX. Yes. It's Adam's reel. Probably won't go anywhere.
No,
the thing is awesome, but we've recently discovered Macaira reels. The new special editions, the SEA models, have been awesome. We actually got 2 of them right here. We got a gunmetal and the blue camo special edition on 2 brand new rods from Blank Slate Customs. And I don't want to steadfast rods from Blank Slate Customs, and I don't want to ruin the things that are coming up. But let me tell you, the fish we've put on these Macaira so far, they can handle it. Yeah, they can handle it. I mean, we put a Mako. Big dusky shark, stuff like that, so they can handle them. But they're smooth, they're well designed, and they can take some abuse, take some sand, and they get the job done. They put out a lot of drag too. Yeah, a lot of drag.
And the drag ramp is nice, because once you go to strike on normal reel, you get maybe what is it, 10 more pounds, but on these you can get like 20 more pounds in between strike and full.
Yeah, it's sick. Yeah, the gunmetal is 55 at strike and 88 pounds at full, so that you get a little bit more of a range. With an evet, you can be at 50 at strike, and then you're at 57 at full, and that's all you get. So a little bit more drag ramp and range is nice to do what we do from the beach. So let's see here. Thanks for the advice. Keep up the good work. Of course, for anyone, we get messages all the time on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. We love it, man. I'm always checking it. We're always checking our messengers and trying to reply as many people as we possibly can, because the reason we do what we do is not only to fish for a living and have fun doing it, make money, whatever, but the main reason is to shorten the learning curve for land-based shark fishing, so guys are doing it appropriately, having fun doing it, and they're having success doing it. So any type of questions you guys have, answering them and helping you guys out, that's what we do. That's what Adam and I live for. So I have a BG 8000. That's the go-to. Yeah. We used to run those BGs a bunch, man. They're affordable. They work great, smooth drag, and then when they have any issues, you're not out $300. So that's kind of nice. Indicating fish, how long to wait to set the drag, strike, set the hook. So
we base that off the size of the bait, how it's running. If it's
so many factors,
yeah, like if it's a steady, slow run, it's more than likely a tiger. If it just picks up and screams, never stops, then in the summertime, it's more than likely a hammer. Yeah. Wintertime, it could be a dusky.
So many factors. Yeah. I mean, so we'll run through it a little bit. Like if you've got a black tip bait out that is real small, it's a ladyfish, and you're fishing your Daiwa BG, we back the drag down the rod holder, turn it down, and let it run. When it picks it up, it's going, and you're gonna get to the reel, and you got a small bait, so it might be a 5, 4, 3, 2, tighten the drag, and you never set circle hooks. Nope. So always just reel into them, or just let the pressure of the hook is what sets it in the corner. So we tighten down the drag. We're going to slowly raise that rod tip and let all that pressure come into it. For our huge black drum baits that we're running for big tiger sharks and stuff like that in the fall period, we might let those tigers eat for anywhere from a minute and a half to 2.5 minutes. Yeah. And you'll be able to tell when they got the bait. It's rolling. It might slow down for a second, and then it picks back up for a second. That's when you hit them. And we always go, we're in the harness or we're in the rod holder when we set the hook, and we go straight to strike, and it's just a reel, and then lean back into it. It's never a jerking motion. You never jerk with the circle hooks. And also, if you kite your bait 300 yards, it doesn't matter how hard you jerk. Yeah. You're not going to set the hook anyway. So it's getting the tension out's your main thing. PCB area. We, Mr. Thomas, man, the furthest east we've gone, well, I guess the furthest east we've gone was we went to Capes and Blast in the fall, right after Hurricane Sally. It was really bad fishing, muddy water, not enjoyable, but we do go to Destin. Yeah. We go to Destin every once in a while for trips. We do the majority of our trips over here in Pensacola area. But yeah, we do make it over to Destin, but we've never really made it over to PCB. And by the time we're running trips, we try to avoid Panama City and Destin like the plague, because
so many people.
2.5 hour drive is a 4.5 hour drive. And we got the trailer with us, and then you don't want to shark fish around a bunch of people and stuff like that. So it makes it more complicated with a higher population city like Panama City. How much big rip jig hammer? How long do you let them run? Much of your spool do you send out?
We like to stagger our baits. So Right now we're running all 80 wides and 180 narrow. So the 80 narrow is going short, and then
short's like 200, 250, 150, 200 yards.
Then all the others, we stagger them anywhere from 300 to 1,000.
Yeah, you got to know your reel's capacity. You got to know what it's spooled with, and you got to know, what you yourself are capable of handling. Obviously, with a partner, you should be shark fishing with a friend. But that's.
And you got to keep in mind, if you scale it at 50 pounds with a full spool, once it's half spool, it's going to be a lot more drag.
Yeah, 70, 75 pounds at strike. So that effect of getting deeper in the spool is going to put out more drag. And you just got to set yourself up for that. We're always thinking when we drop a bait, okay, if we were to hook that 13-foot hammer right here, that dumps line, are we going to be able to stop it? Because you want to responsibly shark fish, get them in quick, get them out quick. Long fight times equal dead shark. So, but we really just try to stagger your baits, cover as much water. It really depends on where your second sandbar is. So like here in our area, the second sandbar is 150 yards. So our first bait always goes 50 paddles right past the other side of the sandbar. So that bait's sitting right on the edge of that drop off. Then you're going to do one 150 paddles past that, past the sandbar. And then we do one 300 paddles past the sandbar. Then we do one 450 past the sandbar. So that way you're covering as much water north and south. That way you have, your bait's in good places. So. Oh goodness.
We use the Hero 7s. Then we have a 5.
Yeah, we had the 5, 6, 7, and we've been using the 8 for our recent California trip, and that was awesome. Our new hire on Dominic let us use his GoPro Hero 8, and that was sick.
Yeah.
We'll probably be picking up more of those. What I'm looking for in a GoPro, because we're running and gunning, we're kind of hard on our camera gear with the stuff where we got sharks and you're getting in the water in and out. So the GoPros, what I'm looking for as me, like the editor and trying to get us good film, is I like a GoPro that can handle 4K video at 60 frames per second. When we're action shots at 60 frames per second, you can play it normal time and it's not that bad, but then you can also slow it down to 50% and you still get good, smooth image quality, and your blur effect, your natural blur effect when you're editing comes out really good. So I think the 6s do it, the 7s definitely do it, and the 8s definitely do it. So 4K at 60 frames is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Our Hero 6 we've been having issues with, and then right before we left for California, when we smacked those 3 Duskies and that 1 Sandbar, our GoPro Hero 6 just stopped working. Like it won't turn on anymore. So that's kind of the nature of the beast of anything we do when you fish a lot of times. So, but no, the camera use is good. But we want to show you guys some of the leaders and stuff we got coming up. Grab that float rig there. So we've got some of you guys know we've been partnering with Terra Firma Tackle. So on terrafirmatackle.com, they are making our leaders, the Gulf Coast Nation Panhandle rigs. You've got the Panhandle rigs come just like this. This is straight from Spencer's website right to our house. It's got the Sandbar 24-aught circle hook. We do like running the Sandbar 18-aught circle hooks as well. And then the Spencer special for pelagic sharks. Float rig. And that's what we smacked our Mako on. It's a suspended bait system, and I'm not going to go into depth in it right now because we will be posting a video probably next week walking through the float rig, how to set it up, how to use it, showing you guys, what's the advantages of it, all that kind of stuff, how you deploy it properly. I went through all that, so we'll be posting that video very soon. But yeah, terrafirmatackle.com has all the rigs that we trust and all the rigs that we use. We don't use any rigs that aren't on his website.
No.
So yeah, the only rig we didn't use that wasn't on his website was our personal own Panhandle shark rigs, and now he's got them on there. So
it takes all the guesswork out of it. You don't have to worry.
Dude, it's simple. Yeah.
Crimped right or tied everything up. Your haywire twists are good.
Yeah, it's you tie it on, you attach your weight, and you go fishing. Yeah. Shoot, it took me. I started shark fishing in 2014. And it took me about 3 years because I didn't have somebody who was helping me a bunch to figure out a leader that worked properly. And I'm telling you, if you don't crimp it down right, you pull a crimp. If you don't do your hair wire right, or you kink your wire and you don't do something right, you lose fish constantly. So just take the guesswork out. Go to terrafirmatackle.com. We catch big fish. Spencer catches big fish. He's a legend in the land-based shark fishing game. And,
the best.
And he's got it down. So leaders you can trust, which is nice. So. Any Makos in Cali. I'm not going to tell you guys what we did in Cali because I don't want to ruin it. Tuesday is episode 1 of California. It was epic. Probably the shark fishing trip, the fishing trip of my life.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Thing I've ever done.
Never will forget it. But yes, Keegan, we did go there and we targeted Makos. So I'm not going to tell you any more than that. It was awesome. Crazy stuff, but yeah, It was awesome getting to fish with Spencer on his home turf. But yes, we're back from Cali and we got those videos coming for you guys. So ever use a breakaway weight? Nick, I used to use breakaway weights back in my 2014 early days when no one was telling me what to do. The bad thing about breakaway weights is when you got the breakaway attached to your bait, small shark comes through, he picks up your bait, drops it. We've all had it happen. He cuts your breakaway line. If you have multiple lines out, now you got a bait with no weight on it. It's going to drift down your setup, get tangled up in lines. You've got to reel it in, re-kayak it. Go to terrafirmatackle.com. They use the spider weights. I wish I would have grabbed one, dude. I didn't grab one. What am I thinking? That's all right.
I don't know, but they are the best spider weights.
Hands down. And we've used, last summer, we didn't use his weights at all.
No.
And it was horrible. Awful. Horrible. I mean,
they did not set good in big waves.
No.
We could get them to set, but we'd have to use like 16 ounce, 20 ounce
Oh,
weights.
heavy, yeah. These
And-
ones, man, you get the terra firma tackle ones stick, and they stick fast
Yeah.
too. When you drop that bait, you might be in 25 foot of water, and it's a 3, 2, 1, reel, stuck. We've had them hold in 6, 7 foot waves before, and yeah, use a spider weight, and that it, when a shark picks it up and drops it, you just reel tight, and you're good to set again. You don't have to do more work. So. Breakaway weights, yo, Sandbar, Cody, what's up? What happened in Cali? Cody, you tell me what happened in Cali, man. You were there. Cody went to California with us. He's from Sandbar Tackle. He was right alongside, not only a great sponsor, but a great chauffeur. He drove us around in the rental car. I'm not even gonna go into the rental car situation. What happened? It'll be in the video. It'll be in the video.
Something.
Anyways, now Cody was with us in California, running and gunning, and yakking baits and some Cali. You want to talk about big waves?
That was crazy.
Not the Gulf Coast, ladies and gentlemen.
Not our big waves, like
yeah,
big
10, 12 foot waves.
Like
You're in the kayak looking at a wave that's above the ceiling. You're going, well, this is the end.
Yeah.
So we had to get our wheels straight. No, it was fun.
And they're powerful too, not like a normal.
Jack
Gulf
knows.
wave.
Jack knows all about them 24-watt sandbars. Cameron Calhoun, you guys see Cameron Calhoun in the comment section there. Drop the fire emojis. He made these 2 rods over here. He's turning rods for us right now. Blank Slate Customs, go check it out. It obviously quality wraps that smack big fish, and again, I'm not going to spoil what these rods have already. Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
I'm not going to spoil what these rods have already done for us, but it's been epic. Do y'all have leopard sharks in your area on my bucket list? Dude, we don't have leopard sharks in our area, but we went to Cali, and one of our target species was a leopard shark. That's all I'm saying. I'm done. I'm not talking about anyone. Cali was lit. He knows. Mr. Nick trying to find Spartan. No, it's terra firma. TERRAFIRMA. Terra firma. I don't have anything that says terra firma. But I'll chat publicly. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put it in the comment section. Look at this. Look at that. We are so technologically advanced here.
Look at us.
Boom, I just put it in there. So yeah, that's the how do you get this chat off? Go away. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, terrafirmatackle.com. Waiting for those videos. Spell it, please. I got you.
Yes.
Do these spider weights hold on heavy currents? Yes.
Terra firma tackle ones, dude.
Yeah. So yeah. Some guys over in Texas want to get the okay, well, we have heavy currents and worst waves you've never seen. I promise you, what we went through in the Pacific, Ocean is the worst currents you'll ever see, and those weights kept us stuck. We were dropping baits in 300 foot of water. So you want to talk about 300 foot of water, land-based shark fishing, and you think those currents. I mean, there's currents that for the first 100 feet, you've got a current that goes east. And for the next 150 feet, it goes west really hard. And then it's swirling. You've got your line bowing all over the place. Those weights kept us stuck. So, yeah, they'll work in Texas. They'll work anywhere in the country. If they work in California off the coast in 300 foot of water.
Setting in rocks.
In rocks. Yeah. So they're sick. They're sick spider weights. When do y'all decide to go sharking in the winter, rainy or So basically, wintertime is a completely different animal than any other time of year. The wintertime, when we look for weather window gaps, we're looking for very specific things. It's nice in the wintertime because when people book with us, we have a great chance of putting them on really big fish in the wintertime because there's no people out here swimming in our 60-degree water and 30 degrees outside. So we can pick the weather windows that we're looking at. There's a lot of factors that go to a good weather window. Experience is going to be your best teacher, but the combination of tides, clear water, wind, bait, the bait that's in the water, your location, how deep's the water, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, in the wintertime, we're looking for some specific things to put us in a good weather window. But I mean, when we went with the boys, with the new hire-ons, our last video that we posted with the dusky sharks, we had 3 good weather windows and we popped 4 sharks, and Adam Shark came at random. It was before the good weather window happened. So your best bet is to go out there and yak baits. That's what we did this weekend. There was really no good weather window for this 24-hour period. We picked up a sandbar, but you're not going to catch them sitting on the couch per se. So you got to get out there and put baits in the water. Michael Mills took your message back, man. Hurts my feelings. Talk to me. But no, so can you grab that 20? Can you set that floater? You grab that 20. So some exciting stuff coming up too is we're obviously looking to get new content and bring new stuff to you guys. We're bringing new stuff to you guys soon. But along with the new reel stuff, the Makiras is what we've picked up. We picked up a 20 and a 30 Makira. We got them loaded with 80-pound braid that has 1,000 yards of 80-pound braid. This has 875 yards of 80-pound braid. We're going to top them off with, if we go tuna fishing, which we're going to be doing very soon, we're going to be bringing you guys some yellowfin tuna action, which is why we picked these reels up.
Yeah.
We'll put 60-pound mono on top and then a fluorocarbon leader, a live bait and chunking for yellowfin. And then if we go after amberjack with these things, we'll top them off with either 100 or 150-pound mono. That way you can give them the beans.
And they push crazy drag.
Yeah, this little reel right here will put out 65 pounds of drag.
Yes.
65 pounds of drag out of a 20 size reel. This is a 30, basically a 30 wide size reel, and it'll push 72, which is more than you ever need. We won't use 72, but you can push 45 pounds of drag off the boat very comfortably, which is nice, So, hey, Jack picked up a sandbar. Man, Jack, you were fishing not far down the beach from us. You saw that weather. It's not. I mean, the water was nice. But straight east winds, not a wind change at all. No, 50. I think the high was 60 and the low was 58. So you can slide that back on the rod or on the wall if you want. But hey, sold on the spider weights thing for the inside. Yeah, of course, man. Like I said, that's what we do. We we've got some stuff we're testing too. We've got braid that we're testing right now that people have been asking us about, and how I'm gonna approach it is, it's good braid when it came in. We've caught some big sharks on it, but I haven't used it long enough to tell you guys if it's trustworthy or not. Yeah. So by the time we're telling you guys, hey, this is what we trust, we've used it, we've battle tested it, and we know it works. Then we tell you guys, we're not jumping on the sponsorship train with somebody just because they want to give us money. We want stuff that works. That's why we're partnering with Sandbar Tackle. So we're partnering with Austin Legacy Knife, Steadfast Rod, John Cameron Calhoun at Blank Slate Customs, Terra Firma Tackle. The guys we partner with, we know bring quality products to the table that'll get you guys on big fish. So another exciting thing right here, Jersey fishing. Sorry he's late. Should we give him a talking to? Dude, we told you it was going to be at noon. You can't be late. He said he was sorry he's late. Sorry he's late. That's okay. Should we forgive him? Nah, let's forgive him. All right. Anyway, so new products from one of our sponsors here, Steadfast Rods. We love their rod blanks, but we've been using their plate for a while. He had a plate that was in product testing, and then old Mike went to the drawing board, drew up an amazing Steadfast plate. It's aluminum. It's comfortable, and I'm telling you, this thing is lightweight. When I tell you it's lightweight, I'm not strong. It's a 2-finger thing. I'll hold it with 1 finger. But now these new Steadfast plates, they are available. Mike's going to get us some so we can ship them out to you guys. I'm not quite sure the price point that Mike's looking for, but they're going to be affordable compared to like Barrett plates and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you Barrett plates are bad, but these things are the real deal. Yes. They're going to be more affordable than Barrett plates, and we've smacked big sharks on them. And again, I'm not ruining it, but we all the dusky sharks in the last video were on them, putting 65 pounds of drag, dominant, getting ripped around. Yeah, they're strong. They got the moving cupping plate, which is nice. When you pump back, it moves with you. That way you don't have a stiff thing that's rubbing up on your gimbal. So Steadfast plates, something we've put to use, and we're going to continue to put to use, obviously, but has been very positive results. So we would recommend. But be right back. All right, Cody. Any recommendations on kayaking bait out safely for people who do not have experience in the surf? The best thing you can do, man, if you do not have experience in the surf, is go out to the beach with no rods. Yeah. How many times have we done that?
A lot. We do it for fun. We do it for fun. Go out and kayak and try to make it through the nastiest stuff whenever you aren't kayaking a bait. Normally when you are, try to find a good set. Whenever you aren't, try to find the worst set. Yeah, you got to put yourself in that scenario. So that's how it is. Yeah, on days we get like pre-hurricane days, we get 8.5 to 9 foot waves here in the Gulf, 22-mile-an-hour wind, and Adam and I load the kayaks in the back of the truck, and we play a game called Send It. Basically, Adam sits in the kayak, and I hold the front, and I'm waiting and looking at the waves for the worst mess Adam up set I can, and I throw him right in the middle of it, and then he tries to make it through, and that's how you're gonna learn. Past the bar. That's right. Make it past the bar, come around and surf a big wave in. But yeah, experience is the best teacher. So if you're not comfortable, you don't want to flip your kayak with a weight and bait and a hook, and you might get tangled up in the line. It's really dangerous. So get hooked, if you're not comfortable, drag you down. Yeah, if you're not comfortable, go play in the kayak first. Yeah. Get comfortable in your craft and start logging some hours that way. So
Okay, the panhandle special from Terra. Connect it to the top shot, to the swivel to the top shot. Crimp that. No crimps.
Just
no crimps.
tie it.
Just tie it. Your best knot.
Uni
Yep.
knot
Yep. Tell them about it.
is how you just run it through one time, then do your normal uni knot,
Yep.
and it will not slip.
Yeah, we put a lot of pressure on some really big fish. The uni knot is your go-to knot there. And yep, when you get the leaders in just like this, they're gonna come in. You're gonna undo your hook, lay everything out. You've got your swivel on one side. Take your top shot or your main line, do a uni knot right to it, and then there's a sliding swivel here. Just clip your weight to it and go. Obviously put a bait on the hook. And another thing we do with these Sandbar tackle hooks is we take a pair of crimpers and we crimp down the barb. Don't shave the barb because that cuts through the clear coat. Now your hook's gonna rust. Just take a pair of crimpers and crimp down the barb. That way you get good hook sets
And
with
it makes
less
it a lot
pressure.
easier to
Oh my
dehook the
gosh.
shark.
I mean, we're having releases now that are in the 30 to 45 second range where you just run out there, pop the hook out, push the shark back in, and it's good. You get a good, healthy, safe release, and you're not messing with the hook. And
Yeah.
the more time you spend around a shark on the beach, obviously puts yourself and the shark in more danger. So crimping the barbs is something we do. So, and it helps. So, story of your first. All right. I can tell you the story of my first shark as a prime example of why you should take your time and learn. So I'll tell my story, then you can run through your story real quick. Basically, 2014, freshman in college, from Missouri, had no idea what I was doing. Went out with my roommate. I had a 14-ounce Senator, if that tells you anything, full of 200-pound mono, straight mono. Don't do that. Anything I'm telling you, don't do this. But this is an example of why you should pay attention and learn before you go out. And so I caught a sandbar. It was like freezing cold, winter time. I caught a sandbar, and dude, I mean, at this time there was no shark regulations, but it's embarrassing, man. It took us forever to get the hook out. We were not prepared. We didn't think through the release process. I mean, I bet that release was 5 to 6 minutes. Horrible. I got pictures with it. I had no idea what I was doing. I was a goofy kid and freaking out. So hopefully our YouTube channel gives you guys a good idea of hey, this is the procedure. This is what you need on hand. This is what you need to think through the process before you do it. So don't be like my first shark. I hope no one ever has a first shark like mine because it's embarrassing. It was embarrassing for sure. But
yeah.
First shark?
My first shark went out there
This guy.
to the beach with him.
6 months into shark fishing. I had shown him everything, by the way.
Oh, wait. Which one? Which first shark?
Thought that was your first shark. The tiger up here?
No, my first shark was a bull shark.
Oh my
I can tell
gosh.
both stories.
No. Just tell the bull shark story.
All right. And so went out there with him, and we got the baits out.
That's right. Adam had never been shark fishing before, so the first time Adam went shark fishing was with me, May 8th, 2016, and I took him and his family out shark fishing.
Yes, he did. And on the same Senator, he caught his on.
Don't use a Senator.
No, bad idea.
Single speed.
And
Kill
so
fish.
took off and got in the harness, set the hook as best we could, like a 1-to-1. Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
And took it forever to get it in. We got pictures with it.
Yep.
Released it.
6'6".
Yeah.
6'6" bull shark. Pretty sweet. Adam was hooked from then on. His first shark on the beach with me, it was every time I called Adam, it was like, hey, you want to go shark fishing? Yep. And that's why we're sitting side by side right now, probably.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, goodness. What's up, Adrian? What's going on?
Access
Couldn't hear
release.
you. Best not. Uni knot. I'll put it in here. Uni. Ooh.
You misspelled it.
Oh, I did it again.
There you
Okay, let's see. Best not. Uni knot. Yep.
go.
Speaking of attaching leaders, what's your thought of coastal snap locks on the main line? Nope. Mike, I'll tell you, if you're going to make your own leaders, we have a video on our channel that is how to make your own leaders. It's basically we walk you through step by step exactly how we make these Gulf Coast Nation Panhandle leaders. Obviously, our first recommendation is just going to be to buy them from Terra Firma Tackle because then you know that they work. They're battle tested. They're going to come in perfect. But if you must make your own leaders, don't do any snaps. Don't do any long line clips or coastal locks. The coastal locks, that's a Texas style stuff that over time does not last. Yes, guys have caught big fish on them, but yes, I know plenty of people that have had them fail and it ends in heartache. Why use something that might fail when you could use something that you know does not fail? And our leaders are that. They do not fail. We don't have any issues with our leaders at all. So, but yeah, no, stick to barrel swivels, Roscoe swivels, all that good stuff. So the 50 VSW. Adam, you want to tell them about the time we had a Pensacola 50 VSW? So we spooled it with a 130-pound braid.
Yes.
Straight all the way to the top so we could get the capacity.
For black tips.
For black tips.
Black tips and small bulls. So.
On a 15-foot rod, small baits, kayak 30 yards off the beach. Not far. In the first go.
And so we put it out there, and then it took off. We were able to tell that it was a tiger. So we hit it, and it just took off. Did not stop.
Yeah.
And then
we had to back it down to free spool, put more drag up the preset, put it all the way to full, and that tiger was still ripping drag off that Pensacola, and it melted that reel.
Yeah. It just.
I would say, I mean, if that's like your starting reel, it's not bad. Just target black tips, target small bull sharks, set your preset right, heavy, and fish it till it dies, because ours died really quick. But a plastic reel seat, plastic frame, not a good idea.
Yeah.
It like warped the reel. It was weird. We had to send it in basically had to get a brand new reel. So those Texas releases. Oh, Jack, you want to talk about Texas releases, huh? I remember a time when Jack posted his first big tiger shark in Pensacola. Texas release. This guy wants to bring up Texas releases. Huh. But we've all been there. To be honest, we've all been there. We've all had, except for this guy, because he learned from,
the best.
No, I'm just kidding. When you coming to the East Coast, Bobby, we got plans, man. We got plans. So this summer stays busy. We stay home. We work. We show people a great time on our home turf. But like I said, in the beginning of this live video, Adam's about to graduate high school in May. When he graduates, it's full-time right here, making videos, content, and bringing you guys some epic action. So Adam and I got on a plane to California not long ago, and we will be getting on a plane or driving long hours to multiple places all over the country.
Yes, we're excited for it.
Yeah, not only fish in different places, kayaking some rougher waves, but get on some big fish in different areas. So we'll be coming to the East Coast. Trust you, me. Scared. Jersey fishing. Never, ever be scared of any shark, period. The same thing as the kayaking that we were saying, go out there and get experience.
If you hesitate, you're going to get bit. If you see him coming for you, or you're standing next to its mouth and it swings over, don't move back, put your hand there and push him the other way.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're boxing, you don't want to be far away because someone can pop you. Stay close to them. The gills are a good place to put, when you're trying to dehook a shark or you're moving around. Just move around, move quick. Sharks are not like they make it out to be in the news. They're not attacking you. Yeah. But if you're like the same situation as the kayak, if you're not comfortable kayaking, go out and practice. If you're not comfortable with sharks, go out with somebody who is comfortable with sharks. That way you get the experience of it, because if you're hesitant at all, it's going to get you hurt. Yeah. It's going to slow the release of your shark. And I don't like seeing guys that are like leading a fish and they're jumping back, and then they go to get the tail rope on, but then they jump back and then they go to get the hook out, and the next thing you know, it's been 8 minutes and your shark is dead on the beach. Think about trying to handle.
Stay in control. It's just like a big dog running at you. If you run back at it, then stay in control.
Stay in control the whole time. Move fast, move quick, and if you've never released a shark before, fish with somebody that has, or at least visualize the whole process. Hook out, tag if you're going to tag, and get it back in. There's especially if it's your first couple of sharks, even if you can legally take pictures with it, just get it back in.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel better, and then the more sharks you get your hands on, there'll be more sharks to get pictures with legally. Yes. But yeah, pop the hook out, get the shark back in. Pop the hook out, get the shark back in. Once you're comfortable, then okay, I can pop the hook out and get him in 30 seconds. Now I've got 15 seconds to take a quick picture of the black tip, and then you get it back in, so you're still good. But yeah, get comfortable with it first. Adrian had a hammer in Southwest Florida. Spool my 60 about 15 seconds. Contacted these nuts. Pensacola 60, not a good. Small reels, big sharks, not a good combo. Now think about that. You've got a hammer that has 300 to 500 yards of line when you get spooled. Because I'm not picking on anybody, but just think about it. Because somebody wasn't using the proper equipment. There is now a hammer in Southwest Florida that's probably hung up on a reef because they have 500 yards of braid and mono and line and leader. They went around a reef or around the beach and got tangled up, and they're hung by the hook, and they will not be able to swim, and they'll drown. So fish responsible gear, fish responsible drag, fish responsible leaders. Get them in, get them out. If you're going to target sharks, you're out there putting them in danger, so you better be ready to handle that shark appropriately so you can keep them healthy. So just a little food for thought there,
Yes, the uni knot, it works for braid and mono.
What are you looking at? Hold on. Don't skip. Moving down to Pensacola in a couple of months. I need to get out with y'all. Yes, Neil, come on out, man. We have people who want to shark fish or want to get into the game or have been shark fishing for a while and just want to learn more tips and tricks. We'll come out there, we don't hide anything. We don't hide what we use. We don't hide our leaders. We will show you everything. We'll talk the whole night, share everything we know with you because we want you to be successful and we want you to be a responsible shark fisherman. So yeah, come on out, book a trip up, and we'll show you the ropes, man. We'll show you the ropes. So, East Coast. Come up to NC, South Carolina. Moving up to Tallahassee in the fall. Got a group. Got to bring my gear. Maybe I'll show and fish with y'all. Yeah, man. Robbie, bring it on. We don't do a lot of fishing with other people in not a I don't want to fish with you kind of way, but we just stay busy. So our jobs, our full-time jobs that pays the bills is YouTube, sponsorships, and running charters. And the majority of that's running charters. So you got to understand, just like if your best friend built houses, you wouldn't say, hey, dude, don't build me a house.
Yeah.
I'll come with you and build a house together. But now we always like running into guys. So if you come in this area, tell us, hey man, I'm in Pensacola. I'd love to meet up with you guys. We've done it multiple times in the summertime. We'll swing through a condo on the way to somewhere and just say hey for a second. We'll take a quick picture with kids or something like that. It's always awesome. So we don't want to not see you, but we're also always going to want to, we're going to want to work, man. Got to work because these houses aren't cheap. Well, so the houses aren't cheap.
Oh, so these houses are cheap.
Not that you mentioned is the uni. What is the best braid with mono? If you're talking about a braid to mono connection, your best one is to run hollow core braid with a hollow core splice. You can get a hollow core needle. You splice it right through. There's lots of videos on YouTube about how to hollow core splice. If you don't have hollow core, what you got? FG.
Yeah.
FG or a PR knot. If you look up a PR knot, but yeah, FG, PR. But get a solid connection there.
Yeah. You need a bobbin for those though.
Hello, Will, run it, big dogs. I was wondering. Adam's like, I want to just go after a dog.
Only if they're coming after you.
Broke at the leader, no line on the hammer. Love it here. Yeah, I wasn't picking on you, Nick. I want you to think I'm like, it's just a food for thought. Because there are lots of guys that go out there with 30 wides trying to target hammers. They get spooled, and then it's like, dude.
That's a dead shark.
Dude, that's a dead shark. It's not good. So, but I'm glad you broke at the leader. So, what size shark would be a good size shark to target with a 50? You can catch some pretty decent sharks with the 50. Here's what I say: it's not about the biggest shark you can catch. It's about what you're targeting with it. So with a 50, I would recommend targeting sharks that are in the 3 to 6 foot class.
Yeah.
Right. But you obviously, Adam and I figured it out. You can't control what eats your bait, but you can control where your bait is. So small bait. Short drop, we normally drop it in the first gut or just over the other sandbar, but don't take your 50 wide with 700 yards of line tops and run it 400 yards out and then be surprised when you get spooled. So run that 50, get a bunch of 6, 7 foot, 3, 5 foot sharks underneath your belt. I'm talking like get 50 to 100 underneath your belt. And then when you're comfortable, go ahead and sell that 50, pick you up an 80, spool it with 200-pound braid, top shot of mono, and run 65 pounds of drag and start getting after your big hosses. So. Yeah. The Kuma 130 would be a great reel. Here in our area, we have found no need for 130s necessarily. We've fished Shimano 130s, Everall 20-aughts,
International
130s, the Avon 130s. They're nice. It's nice. It's nice to have that extra capacity. It was a combination of finding we don't really need it for our area because you can just fish really heavy drag, fish 1,200 yards of braid mono on an 80 wide, and it's a little bit. Another combination is it's easier for the clients to handle too. Yeah. So packing a 130 around with somebody who's maybe never even fished before is a little bit more tough versus putting them in the harness with an 80 wide. So, but yeah,
an 80 wide's also a lot more manageable.
Yeah,
like you said, with the clients running it back and forth.
Yeah. But no, a Kuma 130 is a fantastic reel. It'll do you really good. So. Might be moving to Florida. I have a 9-foot fierce. What do you think is good? Might be in Tallahassee, Florida. Okay, yeah, man. Actually, one of our black tip rods that we ran last year, I went to Academy and spent $130 for a combo. It was really cheap. Pin fierce 6,000 with a 9-foot rod. And
a bunch of black tips.
So many black tips. We spooled it with 300 yards of 50-pound braid. Yeah. And that was it. You can smack 3 to 5 foot sharks all day. If you pick up a big bull shark, you might meet your match. And if you do meet your match with 50-pound braid, lock the drag down, you're getting close, hold the spool, and it's going to pop close to the leader, which is what you want. But yeah, 50-pound braid, it's a 6,000 size reel, get her done. So, and it's going to be fun too. Do you guys live in Pensacola or Gulf Breeze? We actually are on the Alabama side. So we're on the Bama side over here in Orange Beach, Foley, Gulf Shores area. Adam and I don't live in the same place. But yeah, and so we drive across the Florida line. We do a lot of fishing in Pensacola. We popped our Mako in Navarre. And then like we talked about earlier, we ventured to Destin every now and again. Oh, gosh. Black tips versus sandbars. What's the difference? I caught black tips on the East Coast. Go ahead.
Sandbar is like...
Cold water.
You only get them in the wintertime. I say that
they're cold water shark. They're cold water shark. So we get cold water updwellings in the July, but
they're basically when they pick up a bait, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. Once he goes, then you hit him. We get those more whenever we mousetrap baits.
Yep.
And
black tips, warm water.
Black tips, they'll kind of do the same thing, but they're like way more hyper.
Yeah, they're like a sandbar on crack. They jump. They'll jump. Black tips will jump. They'll flip. They'll scream drag. They'll run in. They'll scream drag. But yeah, basically, a sandbar is a cold water shark. Black tips a warm water shark. And an easy ID on a sandbar is you've got a tall dorsal fin on a black tip. The dorsal fin isn't as tall, and you've got a more predominant lateral line on a black tip. The difference between a black tip and a spinner shark is a spinner shark has a black tip on their anal fin, and a black tip does not have a black tip on their anal fin. It's backwards. Yeah, it's not what you think, but yeah. But yeah, on the East Coast, just be careful in Florida, because if you ID a sandbar as a black tip and you harvest a sandbar, it's the protected species. So be sure you can ID those sharks effectively.
Paddle strokes in a yard.
Oh gosh, that changes everything.
Yeah, that depends on waves.
Yeah, if you get 20-mile-an-hour wind in your face, 150 paddle strokes might not cut it. But we a little bit eyeball it. The paddle strokes aren't really to say, okay, we've got that bait, 312 yards out. It's to know that if I've paddled 150 strokes on one rod and then I paddle 300 on the next on the same day, those baits are 150 paddles away. Now that might be only 100 yards one day, and that might be 300 yards the next day. And it's not. There's I'm not going to say there's no perfect science to it, but there is a advantage to staggering your baits. But yeah, on a calm day, 300 paddles could be it could be 2 yards a paddle. You could be bombing a bait, 600 yards. So, but yeah, use your eyes too. Always keep a radio on you. That way you can communicate. If someone's going, hey, you're going too far, come back.
Yeah.
I drop the bait. So, biggest fish y'all caught on a 50. That 9/8 tiger on a 50 wide. Pin squall, fishing for black tips. We dropped a tiny bait, literally 30 yards off the beach, and picked up a 9'8" tiger. We picked up a 10'1" tiger on a 30 wide, doing the same thing. Yeah. Black tip fishing, small bait, small hook, 25 yards off the beach, and a big 10'1" tiger picked it up. And then we got dumped on a 50 wide, doing the same thing. Had to be a hammer. And it's on. Those videos are on our channel.
I've never felt a reel get that
hot. I mean, it was
could barely touch it.
300 yards in 2 minutes. It was but it
never
definitely hammered
down, never stopped.
We knew we were going to turn it, and we knew it was going to take too long, so we just upped the drag, palm the spool, popped the line.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why we say 50s isn't the best idea. But how a float rig works and why you prefer over a spider weight. Hold on just a second. So float rig works. So it's Nick, I see what you're kind of asking a little bit. We will be putting up a video next week on how the float rig works. So we'll answer all that in a video next week. But basically it's not like you don't use a float rig instead of a spider weight, because the float rig still has a weight on it. On the float rigs, we recommend using a breakaway weight, and again, I'll explain all that in next week's video. But it's just a type of rig is a float. So the float is still secure to the bottom, but it's a spinner bait, and again, I'll explain that. That'll be in next week's video for sure. Using baits for specific areas. What's the best overall go-to bait? It depends on what you target, right? So go over some of that.
If you're only going after big tigers, I would say ray. But
cow nose ray is a good bait.
We've also caught them on southerns, bonita, jacks, black drum.
Best bait's your fresh bait. Yeah. But if you're using if you're targeting black tips, bluefish, ladyfish, Spanish, and it's again the fresh bait. If you can go if we're going to target black tips by ourselves for either video content or bait or food, I'm going to go out there with a spoon and I'm not going to bring any frozen bait.
Yeah.
And I'm going to catch a ladyfish and I'm going to cut them in half and I'm going to chunk them out, and that's going to be your best bait for tippers and stuff like that. And then for tiger sharks the same way. If you can get a fresh ray that day, send them out. We use we have deep freezers loaded with bait because in the summertime we run 30, 40, 50 trips. And or 30 trips in a month, and cow nose, jacks, amberjack, fish baits. We try to, when you run multiple rods, try to run a ray bait, try to run a fish bait, right? So you want to not only stagger, but you want to diversify your baits. That way you give them a little buffet, because sometimes they'll pick up only fish baits, sometimes they'll want ray baits, and sometimes they'll eat the whole spread. So it doesn't really matter, but. Nice. I'm going to originally from Mississippi, now I'm PA, now Wheels moving down to Pensacola. Okay. Neil will be excited to see you in Pensacola, man. Hope we run into you. Bonita, Jacks. That's such a situation. That's a situational thing. So a lot of these questions, you guys are on the right track, but think everything has a situation, everything has a place. So in the wintertime, on a float rig, I'm running a bobo, hands down, for pelagic sharks. For makos, put a fin bait. They're chasing blackfin tuna. They're chasing bonita. So you want to put the bait in front of them they're eating. In the fall time or summertime, it's a jack. It's a jack because jacks are running the beach. Bobos are normally, and at least in our area, they're further out. So they might not be as cued in on a bobo as a jack. But if you can, run them both. Yeah, run them both.
See which one works. And if you're only getting picked up on the jack, only run jack.
Yeah.
If you're only getting picked up on the bonita,
run bobo. And it changes day to day too. So. Yeah, give them a buffet, man. How is it in the summer down in Florida? I mean, Florida's obviously has 3 or 4 different, completely different situations and ecosystems. We got the East Coast and the Gulf Coast. You got North Panhandle, and then you've got the Southwest Coast. You've got Key West. So at least in our area in the summertime, lights out. We catch sharks all the time. Yeah, it's hot. And we smoke big tiger sharks, black tips, lemon sharks, nurse sharks, bull sharks, black tips, spinner sharks. I mean, it's like
hammers.
Hammers. It's lights out here in the summertime. It's awesome. That's why we stay so busy, man, because we're popping sharks just every single night. It's awesome. It's fun. It's fun. Use fresh bait. How do you use fresh bait you just caught on cast out rods? Fresh is best.
So, wait.
How do you use it? Basically, just cut it up, right?
Yeah, cut the tail off. If it's a ladyfish this big, cut the tail off. Put the hook in it. Sometimes we band it, depending on it. And you just cast it out there and wait.
Yeah, if you catch them, because sometimes we catch 40-pound jacks off the beach, and you want to run them. And you got to know your circle hook. You got to match your hook size with your bait size. So you want to make sure you're not running a 24 on the whole ladyfish, because that'd just be goofy. But yeah, you match it to the sharks you're trying to target. So if we catch a 40-pound jack just because we're going after a 10-foot plus fish, doesn't mean we're going to cut the 20 jack in half and run a 20-pound bait. We might just run a 10-pound, a little 5-pound chunk. And elephants eat peanuts.
That is true.
Whale sharks eat krill.
So
I'm okay. Are sandbags a good breakaway weights? Yes. Sandbags are great breakaway weights. You need to make sure that your sandbag is biodegradable. Yes. Don't be putting plastic or things that won't break down in the ocean. That goes back to the whole conversation of protect the sport. So if you get caught using plastic bags or bags that are not going to, be biodegradable and they're not good for the environment, it's not a good look for the sport. No, not a good look for the sport. So take care of us all. You guys affect it just as much as we do. So definitely will once down there. Y'all's videos can be pumped. Neil, I'm glad you like it, dude. I'm trying to. Sometimes I get pumped in the editing. I got my office just behind you guys, and I'm like, sometimes I'm in the editing room, like I just stand up. I'm like, yeah. But we're pretty energetic dudes. So but yeah, I'm glad you like him, dude. I'm glad you like him. So y'all going fishing for tuna? Soon. We've got 3 tuna chunking rod setups. We've got a jig and rod set up for blackfin and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna be making it.
Jig and rod set up.
Yeah, we
slow pitch.
Couple slow pitches. Speed jigging, we're gonna be smacking some tuna very soon. So we're gonna bring that. We got you guys. We're bringing the content for you. We're gonna take y'all out with us, share everything we know, so you guys can go out and smack big tuna. Ever fish the Midwest Florida? Midwest.
No, we have not.
I know guys that do though. Yeah. I know guys that do. Like I think Jeremy Riley and them guys are on the east or on the West Coast, Gulf side, and there's some big hammers.
Yes.
Big bull sharks to be had over there.
Really big bull
Yeah.
sharks.
Do a lot of good surf casting off there.
Yeah.
Axe sharks will be over there sometimes. So, but yeah, there's some big ones. Tallahassee, a good shark spot, dude. I don't think there's a beach in Tallahassee that you can access. Tallahassee's a little off the coast there. Your closest beach might be like Apalachicola.
Yeah.
And we've heard good things about that area. We went and fished it once. No good, but it was right after a hurricane, muddy water, hurricane conditions.
Water was hot too.
Hot, yeah, bad. Like it was really hot water. So
Nasty.
not good conditions when we went over that area, but I know guys do smack really big sharks over there, so it can happen, dude. It can happen. Goes back to the thing of get out there and fish, get out there and do it. But yeah, what do you think about using a float tube to do bait drops in California? If you want to do some Cali fishing, obviously we're not experts on that. We don't fish on the West Coast, but I will direct you to Terra Firma Tackle on Instagram. Terra Firma Tackle's website has blogs that Spencer Wonder does. That guy is the expert for the West Coast fishing. The dude has popped thresher sharks, land-based makos, giant sea bass, deep water sharks, prickly sharks. I don't even know if anybody on this live feed has heard of a prickly shark, but Spencer Wonder, if there's a shark out there to catch, the dude's gonna figure it out, and he figures it out by himself. It's awesome.
He's the smartest person I know and the best fisherman.
Yeah, for sure, hands down, tough dude. So yeah, Terra Firma Tackle is gonna be more of your West Coast side. He'll teach you that stuff. Have you ever ran a balloon rig for sharks? Balloon rigs are tough, man, because I guess the float rig's a balloon style rig in theory, but balloon rigging technically comes from a boat, right? So you're on a boat, you're drifting a balloon back. So we've never done that because we don't target sharks on the boat. We target sharks from the beach. When we're in the boat, we want to catch amberjack, snapper, tuna, bobo,
We've done it for tarpon though.
Yeah, tarpon. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, tarpon's good balloon rigging, but
We've done it for tarpon and caught sharks.
It's good. It's a good technique.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as a sandbag though. Be responsible. If you're gonna balloon rig shark fish, make sure your balloon's biodegradable. It's gonna not, you don't want a turtle choking on a balloon and coming up on the beach and someone being like, shark fishermen are bad. How do you keep frozen bait from coming off? I started bridling baits with floss, but I think sharp nose keep picking away at the bait. Yes, Robbie, if you're in our area or in the South Florida area, don't bridle your baits with floss because that's exactly what happens. You get small black tips, Atlantic sharp nose, black nose sharks, silky sharks. They come around, they're going to nip at a bait, nip your floss, and then your bait comes off your hook.
Use wire if you're going to bridle.
Yeah, use wire if you're going to bridle. Use a band. I got them right here from today's fishing adventure. You take it. There's a video on our YouTube of how hook placement. I think it's called hook placement land-based shark fishing, and we hook them just barely in the skin, depending on the bait, and rubber band it, and it works just fine. So, love the energy, love the vibes, love the content, all around great guys from what I can tell. I appreciate it, Neil, man. Thanks for chatting with us today. It's been great to meet you. I'm glad you like the channel, man. We're growing one person at a time because I want everybody to make sure they're enjoying it. So I'm glad you're enjoying your time here on our live feed. Closest beach is like 45 minutes from Tallahassee. Yeah, I mean, we know some guys from Tallahassee area. Like I said, Apalachicola, Cape San Blas, Alligator Point, I think is down there. So yeah, it's a good area, dude. I know people that live over there and they smack big bulls, big tippers. There's big hammers over there. So it's an area to get out there and
nice sharks.
Give her world. Give her, what is it? Give her heck. Give her the beans. Might be going with Spencer next time y'all meet up. All right, good, dude. Tough enough fishing. It'll be nice to meet you.
Yeah,
be excited. Anytime fishing with Spencer is always a joy. I feel like I always learn something new. They get to bring back and apply here. So always good fishing with Mr. Spencer. I fished with Spencer a few times, mostly with wheeled fish, but I like to get out on my own when they're not around. Yep, that's what you got to do, man. Spencer's a great guy to meet with, but I love fishing with Spencer. We like doing videos with Spencer. He's very knowledgeable. He brings a different energy to the channel and a different level of education to the channel, which is awesome for you guys. But I don't want to fish with Spencer every day because I want Spencer to be able to do his own thing, but I also want to apply, our tactics to our area too. So yeah, you got to find a balance of doing your own thing too. Squall 50 wide versus Senator 12 wide. William, no senators. There's a senator-free zone, and I don't mean that in a mean way. If you guys fish a senator, I've been there. I fish a senator, and I'm telling you not to fish a senator because I fish a senator. Even the 14-knot, 35 pounds of drag. Yes, I know you can go do the Versa drag upgrade and put 55 pounds of drag. You will melt. You're gonna melt that reel. So the senators don't put out enough drag to catch big fish. It's gonna prolong a fight, and you're going to end up with dead fish.
Yeah.
So I would say in those two scenarios, get the Pin Squall 50 VSW because it has 2-speed. They can put out 45, 50 pounds of drag stock, and just be ready to upgrade when you can. So I know you guys use the double number 19 bar, but what's your all's take on cable? Thomas, cable has its applications right there.
Yes.
Float rig, wintertime.
Yeah, I would say
coated
only
cable.
use it in the wintertime and make sure it's coated because tigers can chew through cable.
Yeah, if you're around tiger sharks, we don't use it because we've had tigers chew through cable, and it's not like they just bite through the cable. Their teeth are serrated on the edges. Cable is literally small strands of cable, and their teeth are strong enough to pop through each little strand, and then when it's wiggling back and forth within their teeth, even if they're hooked in the corner, it might cross back across their mouth, and then it just wiggles on their teeth, and they'll end up chewing through it during the fight. But yeah, coated cable is good for the wintertime for smacking sandbars too, and it's good for the float rigs, just how we want the bait presented in the water. So, how old are y'all, if y'all don't mind me asking? I'm 26. Neil, you got me beat, dude. I just turned 25 last weekend, and Adam, 12. I'm kidding.
18.
Adam's 18. Adam's 18. He's about to turn 19 though.
Yes, sir.
In May. Gonna turn 19 in May. Do y'all run your baits one after another? Or do you wait for time? Nah, man, get them out. So when we hit the beach, it's run one bait, run the next bait, and then we might switch, and then he runs 2 baits. Get your baits out, get them set. Some guys like to run like 2 at a time.
I would not recommend it.
It's not good.
Just
you're gonna
because it could go wrong.
If you drop one, you go over, you get a bow in your line, and then the lines could cross up, and it's just getting a kite one at a time.
Let her eat.
That's right. Just sing yourself a song,
Yeah.
What song would you sing? I'm giving up on you. That's just the first one. Y'all gonna make a video with Blacktip H? Maybe one day. Blacktip H is obviously a way bigger channel than we are. So if he, I think we make decent content, but we don't make great content right now. Definitely not the level of Blacktip H does. So we, just like we were telling you guys, if you want to start targeting sharks, put your hours in, get your experience with sharks. We're here putting our hours in, growing our following, growing our social media. That way, when we meet up with guys like Blacktip H, we can actually handle the load that comes with that. There's going to be a jump in subscribers, and we love getting personal with you guys. That's why we're doing this live video right now. So if we jump to 100,000 subscribers tomorrow, it'd be great. Don't get me wrong, but then it would just be a large workload, and I want to, I like being personal with you guys. So it all comes as it should. So maybe one day. I learned by experience, Senator Suck. Yes, Jack, I know it's a heartbreaking lesson to know that that feeling of being undergun is something I hope no one ever feels, but it's gonna happen. Or land shark, maybe land shark. Victor's a good guy, but Victor's doing his own thing too. So I don't want to piggyback off somebody else's brand either. We're both work hard, pave your own way kind of people. So I don't want to hey, put me on your channel so I can just blow up for no reason. So I'd rather earn it. But yeah, we'll meet up with those guys. I don't have any problem with it. Mac 80 or International 80 or Avid 80. Tell them.
I would go with the Mac. We've fished all 3 of them, and extensively fished
a
lot.
All 3 of them. We used to have all 80s. We had 2 130s, 80 narrow, and 80 wide, and we only have 1 now.
And we also used to have all internationals.
We used to run all internationals, and we don't use any of them now. So little food for that though. Drop a few baits right off the bat, then drop more baits after an hour. So you got to do what works for you. So if anything shark fishing wise, if you think it works, do what you think works. But no, when we get out there, if we're running 5 rods, it's bait 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're set and you're fishing. You're fishing the whole time. So it's important. What depth? Hit him with that. I'm gonna cut these comments off here. What depths do you guys?
It depends on where we're fishing. If it's like you don't want to drop a bait right on a sandbar because big sharks don't cruise the sandbars. They'll go over a sandbar, but they're generally swimming in the gut. So you always want to drop it in the gut, and those depths vary from place to place.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a specific science or bait thing. So cool. My birthday is in May 2, the 6th. Sorry if I'm asking a bunch, just letting people seem interested. No, man, no worries at all. That's what we do this thing for. Talk with people, chat with the folks. You can use my GoPro for live streaming. Dom. Oh my gosh, Dom is good.
That might be
Dom.
nice.
Dom, keep it up, and you're gonna be catching all the baits next time. No, I'm just kidding. No, Dominic's a great guy. Blaine's another hire on, so it's exciting stuff. Have you ever been buzzed by a shark while taking out baits? Dolphins don't count. Yes, I've been bumped in the kayak by a shark. I was bumped in the kayak by a seal in California. I thought it was nighttime, and I've never seen a seal close up in my life besides flipping SeaWorld, and I almost pooped my pants.
They were everywhere.
Oh my gosh, I was kayaking a bait, and I
ever.
saw them like at night like come up, and I was like, hey, do they bother me? And Spencer goes, oh, I don't think they should. And then he goes, boom, and smacks my kayak, and I was like, is it? Anyway, sorry, that was a little dramatic. I got a little dramatic there. How long do you let your soak baits for? It depends.
Yeah,
Tell
like
them. Summertime,
ray
rain time.
baits. Well, we've got out there, kayaked at 12 o'clock on Friday, and then Sunday night at 8 o'clock got picked up.
Yeah, like 72 hours. So ray baits are harder. They stick.
Yes.
But
Fish baits,
in the summertime.
especially in the summertime, they can get crabbed really easily. Like we've had a bonita 30 minutes
Yeah.
and just bones.
But like in the wintertime, like we were trying to get a sandbar on a spinning gear. So we
Yeah.
kayaked at Whiting last night and it set for 8 hours
Yeah.
and came back in perfect. So wintertime, there's not blue crabs around. Summertime, there are lots of crabs around. Pantyhose, you can take pantyhose, put them over a fish bait. Fish bait is like kingfish, bonita, barracuda, anything that's soft and not, hardy like a stingray or something like that. The crabs can get to it. They'll pick it all the way to the bone. I would say every 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours in the summertime if the crabs are bad. Reel it in, rebait, send it back out.
Yeah.
You gotta work hard. Work hard. How can you tell me with a sandbar? Oh, I suck at a thing like that. You're on the West Coast though, so I don't. We're talking about two different fisheries here. It's here we can sit at the beach and see, like we can literally see deep water in a gut, and 100 yards out we can see a light bar, and then you can see it drops off. So we're just in a different fishery than you, man. I don't even know if you guys have second sandbars out there. I can tell you what you do have. You have giant flipping waves that wrecked me.
Yes.
I got my butt whipped. Seals are a pain out there. Yes. Oh my gosh, I was terrified. Time of the day and night is your favorite time for soaking bait. See, you're asking questions that seem right, but it's
based off the tides. It's not daytime or nighttime, dawn or dusk. That's something
and it changes
the
day
tourist
to day.
industry
Yeah.
came up with to make tourists feel better.
Yeah.
They don't feed at dawn and dusk. They feed with tides.
Yeah, they feed. Yeah, tide movement's a big one. Wind, water clarity. So many. There's a lot of factors. It's not just like we always fish at 9 o'clock. We've popped. I popped a giant shark at 10 a.m. a couple weeks ago. Adam popped one at like 6 o'clock when we first got there, like 6 p.m. We popped them at 3 a.m. We've popped giant tiger sharks at noon. So it's not, you put yourself in the right spot based on tides. It's not day or night. It's something that you've been lied to about. Yes. Sharks don't just feed at night. So
no.
And they're always out there.
Yeah.
Kayaking all the baits next time should be Blaine's punishment for not helping pack up. I agree, Dominic. That's a very interesting point you've brought up.
Yes, and very valid as well.
Valid. He did say in the group chat that he would think of something, so I think we've thought of something for him. So,
or he just packs up everything.
Ooh, that does stink to pack.
That would also
sit back with a little nice iced tea.
Yes.
For the boys, seals are on my hit list in Cali. Hands free. Sounds illegal. I don't know. We don't have visible sandbars. There we go. Tufton enough fishing. Seems like he knows what he's doing. Yeah. No. We drop baits in 300 feet. I'm sure you don't know where the heck the sandbars are. What conditions, tide, wind, turbulent, would be described as ideal? That's the same thing as like in the wintertime, what we're looking for is different what we look for in the springtime, which is different what we look for in the summertime. So each season has its own things. It also depends, like if you're bull shark fishing, you might be looking for muddy water. If you're tiger shark fishing, you might be looking for clear water. So it just varies depending on your areas. And the best thing you can do is get out there and fish hard. Pay attention to our videos because every once in a while we drop very important information right in the middle of a video that you might not pick if you don't watch the whole video. So we drop some pieces of information, little Easter eggs, Yeah. But the best thing you can do, get out there. Everything we know, we've either figured out from anglers like Spencer Wonder and Troy, Lost Shark Hunter, stuff like that. Some great guys have helped us along the way, so we're going to help you guys. But the best thing you can do, get out there, find your own patterns, find what works, play a trial and error, and keep a logbook. Keep a logbook. We keep a log. We have a software to enter everything in. We can see trending patterns and what's happening, what's not happening, and put ourselves in the right area for big fish. So it doesn't happen overnight, that's for sure. All right, so a spinning rod and reel. Hopefully we'll be able to work our way up. I'm looking for black tips or what bites. It's the best way to do it, man. Work your way up, put your time in. March, Southwest Florida. We don't fish Southwest Florida, so I can't help you too much with what conditions you're looking for. I know an east wind is always good in Southwest Florida, from what I've heard, but like I said, get out there and do it. Favorite brand of braid, solid or hollow core? Hollow core. We've been using Ashcon Fish eBay braid. It's been great so far. We've popped the Mako on it, multiple Duskies on it, other sharks that you guys are going to see very soon on it, and trust me that they put it to the test. So Ashcon Fish, 16 strain hollow core on eBay. We use 1,000 yards of 200-pound. So we're about to come out and say that product works.
Yeah,
we're right on the edge. So it's been battle tested and it works good. So Sandbar tackle. What's your ideal surf conditions? All right. Yakking with Jack's comment on the bottom is going to be the last comment we're going to go through. So I appreciate it. We're 10 minutes over right now, so we're going to hang out for an hour. But Adam's got a place to be, so we're going to go through these last few comments. So, what is your ideal surf conditions when finding a new spot, and what do you look for in the water?
Most time we look for clear water.
First thing when we look for a spot is we find ease of access.
Yes.
So you got to be able to legally park and legally get to the beach and legally fish there. So that's your first step.
Yes. Then clear water. You want to look at the sandbars. That's very important.
Very, very important.
If you can tell how deep they are most of the time. If they're that deep, then you do not want to fish there.
Yeah. You can't drag a 1,000-pound fish over 6 inches of water.
Yes.
So.
The shark will die.
And also you're looking for cuts in the sandbar and currents and stuff like that. Hey, buddy. So, have you ever been flipped in the kayak at night?
Yes.
No. Oh, at night. Oh, come back in.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
Oh, yeah. And in Destin. Almost died in Destin.
Yes, you
did. And you flipped that time. Yeah, in Pensacola. Oh, my gosh.
Trip.
Yep.
Hurt.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. Yes, we have. We've kayaked in 4, 5, 6 foot waves at night, but people pay us for our time. And we're gonna get you guys on fish.
The bait got out.
Yeah, you gotta get your baits out. You gotta work hard. Jack, last question here. Have you ever let people know about the competition? Oh, dude, that's a perfect ending to this video. Yes. Thank you, Jack. Why didn't I let people? So for those on this video, we'll be talking more about it in the future. But yakking with Jack, a local friend and angler, is in a little competition with us right now.
Yes.
And so here are the rules, all right? So from now, January 1st to March 31st, we're doing a little wintertime competition of who can catch the biggest shark from the beach in our area, unless we go with Jack to a different place at the same time. But right now, Jack's in the lead with an 11'9" tiger. Check that video out on his page. But it's pretty sick. And Mako wins it. It can be a 4-foot Mako. Mako's done. Mako takes the trophy. So we're a little competition. Ends March 31st. Not real worried about it. 11'9" tiger. I think we caught 4 tigers last year that were bigger than 11'9".
You probably saw the picture of it with Jack in it, and it probably looks pretty big.
It probably looked big with Jack
because he's
he did smack that thing on a 50-watt. That's pretty sick.
Yes,
that
was awesome.
Yeah, but no, we're in a little competition with Jack. We got a little friendly competition. There's a little banter going on there, but no big deal. So, all right, guys, thank you guys so much for joining into this week's I almost closed it out with my closing thing, but thanks for tuning into our live feed.
Yes, sir.
That's right. It was awesome. We love doing this. We're going to do more in the future. So if you guys haven't already, if you're watching right now and you watch our videos, go ahead and subscribe. Man, I work my butt off in the office. It's right behind you guys constantly to bring you guys some epic content. Adam's out there risking his life in the kayak, catching big awesome fish, getting drugged by barracuda that he's free gaffing. So
that did happen.
Yeah. So we're going to keep bringing it to you. I'm telling you guys to close out. The content we are about to drop. It starts on Tuesday from our Cali trip is going to blow your mind. I still don't even know if I've been excited about it yet, because what happened in California was so surreal.
It was crazy. Just wait.
Dream fish. So dream fishes. So many crazy fish. So all right, y'all. We'll catch you guys very soon on Tuesday's video, but we'll be doing more live stuff in the future. So you guys have a good one. I guess I should have figured out how to end this faster.
I think it's the X.
I'm going to hit the X.
Is that it?